people, CzarThwomp here, and welcome to episode 45 of Phoenix Wright Trials and Tribulations. Last time, we finished up the final investigation portion of the game. I know, we're already in the final trial portion of the game. Things move so fast, and now we are cross-examining Iris, who seems to be different. I wonder why Iris is so different. Why Iris is trying to deceive us when we learn that she had a twin sister who's being channeled. That was an impressive bit of investigating, right? I never would have thought there was a sword hidden in that staff. But even so, how should I put this? A long sword is unwieldy, and thus quite ineffective in close quarters combat. Maybe that's why she chose a dagger over her blade. Well, anyways, the type of weapon she chose to use isn't what's important. The important thing is that she tried to kill Maya Fey. As long as there's nothing strange about that, there's no problem with her testimony. But there is something strange about this whole testimony. Well, Mr. Wright, prosecution has a point. Very well, Your Honor. The defense will now present evidence to back its arguments. Mr. Wright, I have here another piece of evidence that shows that this testimony can't be trusted. Because Miss Elise Dustin would never attempt to take the life of Maya Fey. Now, I know for a fact that this is because Maya is Elise's mother. Okay, there we go. Elise Dustin would never have attacked Maya Fey. How can you be so sure? Because the victim's real name was not Elise Dustin. Her real name was Misty Fey. Fey. No, not Misty Fey.
Who is this Misty Fey? Is she related to?
Misty Fey is the master of the current channeling technique. She is also the mother of Maya Fey.
Are you serious?
Is it really true, Mr. Wright? Was Elise Dustin actually the great Misty?
There's no doubt about it. It looks like Iris had no idea.
I can hardly believe it.
The idea that she would try to kill her own daughter, one she hadn't seen in 17 years. Perhaps the prosecution can offer some explanation for why she would do such a thing. This is the face we're talking about, right? Look at them! Murder is like a pastime to them. It's like shaking hands.
Order in the court. Upon first hearing the witness's testimony, it seemed natural enough. However, in light of some facts that had just been presented, one, that the victim supposedly threw away her sword during a fight, and two, that the two people battling to the death were mother and daughter. Despite the facts being believable when taken on their own, when taken together, the entire story seems difficult to believe.
Listen, there's nothing in this world that's impossible, except for one little thing.
Yes? What is that one little impossible thing?
Ha! You still don't get it. You think that maybe my beans are under-roasted, but you have no idea, Gramps. Could you get to your point? I heard this witness's confession this morning. Just as I had taken the first sip of my 8th cup of morning coffee.
You're going to ruin your health, my friend.
My health has been ruined for years. For years, amigo. I have been mentally unhealthy for many, many years. Anyways, after hearing this woman's confession, I had a detective who loves to investigate sent to the crime, and he discovered this little beauty.
Is that the dagger the witness testified to seeing?
Obviously, Your Honor. But do you not notice something else?
Now that you mention it, if you look closely, there appears to be a blood stain.
Where did you find that? I didn't see that when I investigated the crime scene. I was gonna slip into my Godo voice for a second. Did you investigate the pine tree at the crime scene? Huh? The pine tree? This dagger was stuck in the backside of the pine tree. When the last blow struck, ending the violent battle between the two women, this little baby was thrown in the direction of the back of this pine tree.
Which means the blow of this dagger belongs to the victim, correct?
Ha! Were you even listening, old man? I first heard this confession this morning. Just as I had taken the first sip of my 13th cup of morning coffee.
Didn't you say it was your 8th just a few minutes ago?
I didn't have enough time to get the blood analyzed on such short notice.
In any case, the court will accept the dagger as evidence. Furthermore, I order that a blood test be performed on it immediately.
This is my sweetheart. Make sure you treat her right. What is it with Godo and all the evidence? I lost Mia. I will not do another. I have named this knife Mia. Just like I named the brooch, Mia. And like how I named my coffee maker, Mia. Yeah, I can just imagine Godo. Every morning he kisses his coffee maker. Buenos dias, Mia. Just kisses it. And then he tenderly strokes it. Heck, I can imagine just, he has a picture of Mia taped to the front of the coffee maker.
Bailiff, get this piece of evidence to the crime lab for testing immediately.
I got it to the court record.
Now then, the testimony we've just heard had numerous unbelievable aspects to it. However, after having found the very dagger the witness spoke of, I believe we can consider her testimony to be credible.
Cute girls never lie, ever. Dodo, you know this! You know cute girls lie! Cute girls poisoned you!
In any case, witness, if you could please testify again to this court.
About what, Your Honor?
About the incident you saw. The battle between the two women.
Yes, Your Honor.
The battle.
Mystic Maya stumbled briefly after being hit over the head with the staff, but then she dodged. Mystic Elise's next attack, she stole a weapon. Suddenly, Mystic Elise was on the side of the defense with her back to the lantern, and Maya, you think you can get a bug? Okay, here's what's gonna happen. You can give me 1,000 burgers, and then you got post my book, my my fanfiction.
Really, I can imagine Maya doing something like that.
That's when Mystic Maya stabbed Mystic Elise. Mystic Elise managed to fling the knife away, but then she collapsed.
That was a very heartbreaking story.
I don't know if there were any bad feelings between them, but it had been 17 years since Mystic Maya's disappearance. Mystic Mia's disappearance.
Mystic Misty's disappearance.
Perhaps they simply didn't recognize each other anymore.
That seems reasonable. Now, Mr. Wright, proceed with your cross-examination.
The battle. Iris, where were you standing when you witnessed all this?
What do you mean?
Well, if either of them had noticed you, they might not have continued their battle.
I wonder if that's true. The two of them, they were standing near the garden stone lantern. I was watching the whole thing from behind. It was dark when the two of them were... It was dark where the two of them were, so... I think that's why they didn't see me.
So it was dark in the garden when the murder took place. Tell me, what did Miss Maya Fey do after she was struck?
What happened to the victim's staff then?
I'm not sure. The area was very dark, so I really couldn't see. I think it got knocked away somewhere as the fight escalated.
That makes sense. That will explain the need for the dagger.
Mystic Elise raised the dagger to strike, while Mystic Maya dodged it at the last second. The dagger struck the lantern and fell to the ground, and at some point, Mystic Maya picked it up.
Nothing sounds especially strange yet.
What did the victim do to the weapon that was stolen from her?
You're saying that Maya Fey turned the tables on the victim?
Yes.
But Mystic
Maya wasn't herself at the time. After all, her life was in danger.
I still can't believe it. The idea of Maya cornering someone at knife point. It's just like, Phoenix, you know for a fact Maya would corner anyone at knife point for burgers or the Steel Samurai. As they say, a cornered fox is more dangerous than a jackal. I believe the correct description of a cornered fox is scared and petrified. Your animal analogies have grown tiresome. You were the one who started it!
Anyways, so after Maya Fey backed the victim into the stone lantern, what happened next?
Are you absolutely certain that that's what you saw?
Yes, I'm almost certain.
Almost.
The garden was dark. I couldn't really tell who was who.
What did she just say? So in other words, it could have been someone else entirely. We know that my affair was at the inner temple that night, and that the woman that was killed was at least Dusky. Isn't that fairly obvious? Who attacked who? Ugh. I don't have anything to counter to that yet.
Well then, witness, please continue with your testimony.
Yes, Your Honor. They were to face each other for a moment. Then Mystic Maya rushed straight into Mystic Elise. Then Mystic Elise doubled over and fell to the ground.
So she was stabbed in the stomach, huh?
Yes.
I believe that we could show the lantern. Wait. Oh, we don't have the lantern. That the lantern was added to the thing. Okay, good. Don't have to worry about that yet. Where did that dagger go?
I have no idea. It was dark and I couldn't see.
According to the detective who found the dagger, it was stuck into the pine tree in the garden. Most likely, it was flung towards the tree after the struggle.
That was the most likely explanation, yes.
After being stabbed in the stomach, did the victim collapse right away?
Now that I think of it, she seemed to stare at Mystic Maya for a while, and Mystic Maya stood there, not moving an inch. It felt for a moment like time had just stopped. But then, suddenly, as if the smell had worn off, Mystic Elise fell over.
It seems like a reasonable story at first, but there's one thing that is completely impossible. The very idea of Maya stabbing someone. That alone is impossible, which means this faulty testimony must contain another contradiction in it somewhere. Oh, goody. Okay. Okay. Just want to make sure. I don't know, I was just going for it. Okay, I'm not reading that, sorry.
Objection!
Okay. Oh! Autopsy report. I knew it was this one, because I always remember the image. Autopsy report. There we go, yeah. Something about you just isn't right today, Iris. Huh? Huh? Until now, I didn't think you were the type to make such a careless mistake. However, the testimony you gave contains quite a few contradictions.
What do you mean? What's so wrong about my testimony?
According to you, Maya Fey stabbed the victim, who had her back to the stone lantern. Correct?
Yes, that's right.
But in that case, the victim would have been stabbed in the stomach, right?
Yes, I think so.
But according to the autopsy report, the cause of death was due to blood loss from a stab wound in her back.
Ah!
This proves that the victim was stabbed from behind, not from the front. Sister Iris, it appears another sea of doubt is spread from your testimony.
Ah!
What was the meaning of this, Mr. Wright?
Ha! It's simple. People are like books. We've all got a front and a back. You get my drift?
Is that all you have to say?
I can also say that darkness loves to play with the human mind. Could you please knock it off with the cheesy proverbs and illogical metaphors already? The point is, too much of this testimony just doesn't make sense. throwing away useful staff the people find being mother and daughter, and now she's falsely claims the victim was stabbed in the stomach.
There certainly are some inconsistencies.
Well, Iris, how about it?
Well, it's just...
If you ask me, you're just being too naive about the whole thing. What do you mean? There are 253 distinct types of bitterness in coffee, but to pick one at each one that requires total concentration and the uses of all senses. Were you really concentrating on what this witness actually said?
Mr. Godo, explain yourself.
The witness was quite unambiguous about her own ambiguities when she said that the garden was dark and she couldn't see clearly. The human reed needs one thing to see clearly, and that is light.
Light?
Light. By the way, did you know? The inner temple has a rule that on nights when an acolyte is in training, the stone lanterns in the garden is to always be lit. I did wonder what that stone lantern was for.
Well, if that's true, shouldn't the witness have been able to see the crime more clearly?
Normally, yes, Your Honor. But according to this nun, Sister Bikini, on the night of the crime, it was impossible to light that stone lantern. Impossible? It hadn't been used in a long time and the wick was no good. In other words, it had to be nearly pitch black in the garden that night. There couldn't have been a faint light coming from the terrain hall, but that's all.
Most enlightening.
Yes, that illuminating fact has cleared all the contradictions away. If the staff was dropped, it would have been difficult to see. It also explains why they didn't recognize each other. We can't see the demons that lurk in the night. That's why we humans are weak. Isn't that right, Wright? No!
Order!
Here, Your Honor. Let me present the stone lantern into evidence. Maybe it will rekindle the flame of truth in your mind. Stone lantern. Why is the judge just sitting there with that look on his face? What's wrong, Your Honor? Was that flame too hot?
This lantern. There's something written on it. What? It's written in blood.
Oh boy! So the judge didn't know about that yet. Writ in blood.
It says Maya upside down.
What the?
Oh yes, that's right. After being cornered and then stabbed by Mystic Maya, Mystic Elise didn't fall down right away. She must have been writing that on the stone lantern behind her, with that blood that was draining out her body.
It certainly looks that way.
Hang on just a minute. Why are you all talking about?
What do you mean? What are we all talking about?
We're talking about the message written in blood. Nonsense! This lantern, it's as clean as a whistle. Could it be he can't see the bloody writing at all? Now that I think about it, he did say something to me yesterday. My eyesight is pretty messed up. Even with these huge goggles on my head, I still can't see everything. So that's what he meant by that.
In any case, this is obviously an important clue. We now know that the crime scene was dark, and that the victim scrawled this message on the stone lantern. Well, Mr. Godo, anything further? Mr. Godo?
Okay then, let's move on. Godo is literally shaking, and somehow I don't think it's from caffeine overdose.
I believe it has been established that Miss Justin was killed by Maya Fey.
That's just wrong! Now it's time to turn our attention to you.
Yes, sir.
After the victim died, you did something, didn't you? Let's hear it. We're all ears. Sister Iris's cover-up.
After Mystic Elise died, I called out to Mystic Maya. I thought it was my duty to protect her, the future master of the Korean tradition. So I removed the body from the inner temple by myself. I dragged it up behind me all the way across Dusky Bridge. Then I used the snowmobile to carry it back to Hazakura Temple
And the snowmobile makes its epic return.
I used the green sword to alter the way the wind looked.
So you moved the body.
Yes, I was raised at Hazakura Temple. I owe a great deal thanks to the Fae clan. But even so, I never imagined that Elise Dustin was actually Misty Fae. I've committed a terrible sin.
A terrible trick of fate.
I believe you're looking for a twist of fate, Your Honor.
I intended to return to the inner temple to take care of the body, but
You were spotted by the head nun, correct?
yes, and that's why I couldn't go back.
Your story makes sense, I suppose. Mr. Wright, go ahead with your cross-examination.
Yes, Your Honor. Sister Iris's cover-up. So you waited until everything was over before making a move.
No, it's not like that.
She saw someone murdered right in front of her eyes. It's not surprising that she was a little bit timid.
Yes, I suppose that's true. Sometimes when I'm watching lawyers argue back and forth with each other, I feel so helpless that I just sit quietly and wait for them to reach a conclusion.
Isn't it your job as the judge to mediate the argument?
It wasn't until Mystic Maya saw me that it finally dawned on me. Dawned on her what she had done.
So then, you knew. You knew that the significance of the Fae name Maya Fae.
Yes, of course I did.
That's odd. I mean, Sister Bikini didn't recognize Maya's name, let alone her position.
Anyways, she was a very special person indeed.
Why did you do that?
Because I didn't want Mystic Maya to be suspected in any way. I thought the best thing would be to remove the body from the crime scene.
You moved her body all by yourself?
Yes, I did. It would have been impossible if it weren't for the snow.
The snow, huh? It's pretty amazing you would make it all the way across. That's that rickety old bridge.
It looks worse than it is. It's surprisingly sturdy despite its age.
It's like they say, idiots are too stupid to catch even a simple cold. But there's one other thing that bothers me. Why not just throw the body into Eagle River? It would have been much easier than dragging it all the way to Hazagro Temple.
I thought that would be still get too much suspicion on Mystic Maya. That's why I tried to take the body as far away as possible.
Ha! Makes perfect sense to me. For the time being. Anyways, what did you do after you crossed the bridge? The snowmobile? I knew that would show up sooner or later.
Yes, I had the key. I used the snowmobile to travel from Hazagro Temple to Dusky Bridge.
This is the part that was in question the other day. Should I ask for more details? If you really did move her body by snowmobile, then there should be tracks left in the snow, right?
Well, yes, naturally you would expect tracks.
This picture was presented at yesterday's trial. Are these the tracks from that ride?
Yes, I think they are.
But I can only see one set of tracks here.
I don't see what's so strange about it. Snow was still falling when I left Hazagro Temple.
I see. Snow is still falling, huh?
And then when the merge took place, it had already stopped. That's why there are such fresh-looking tracks.
How about Mr. Wright? What do you think about this testimony?
It's very important, let's say that. When the merge took place, the snow had already stopped. That doesn't make sense if you stack it up against the other evidence. Your Honor, I like this statement Ayers just added to the testimony.
But does it have something to do with the case?
All will be made clear if you allow her statement to be added to the record. Ha! This should be good fun. Let's get this snow business cleared up, shall we?
Yes, sir.
Alright. Alright, yes, the orb. Like I said, this game can be merciless. Ugh! Okay, what am I missing? Okay, come on, where is it? In your testimony so far, this time, are you sure it's all true?
Yes, I am.
When the murder happened, the snow had already stopped? According to you, that's why the snowmobile tracks were so clear.
That's right. I'm certain of it.
I think I've trapped her this time. I see how you think. The snow, huh?
What is going on here?
If the snow really had stopped by the time of the murder, it'd mean that there's a bigger hole in her story than the movie The Grid, Revelations. Ha! Well then, try perhaps you'd like to share your theory with us. Let's see what you up your sleeve. Or rather, at the end of your index finger. I don't want to believe it, but I don't want my logic to fail me. Iris is trying to pin the murder on Maya. But why would she want to do that? There's only one reason I can think of. Okay. Oh, crap. Okay! I am screwing up! I knew the snowmobile. This is where the snowmobile really comes into play. Ugh. Okay. Continue. Okay, from save point. Let's just see. No! Ah, come on. Okay. No, it's this one. I know it's this one. What is it? What is it? Oh, come on. Dagger, stone lantern, dagger, stone lantern, dagger. On. What is it? What is it? Really? What am I missing? Okay, really, what am I missing? Really? Damn snow track. Oh, come on. Where is it? Where is it? It wouldn't be this. It would be... the weather data... Oh, come on. What is it? What is it? Oh, okay. Now I realize what it is. Okay, I had to do it again. I had to look things up, but okay. Basically, all the way across Dusky Bridge, this is where you present the weather data. No, you can't present it on the snow it stopped. No, you have to present the weather data here where the bridge was. You claim that the snow had already stopped when the merge occurred. But I'm sorry, Iris, that just isn't possible.
What?
I swear, why can't we present the weather data on the snow thing? Things like, this is the testimony that's so important. No, they have to backtrack to the other one. This is the weather data from the night of the merge. And Phoenix is meant to, oh, you said it stopped merging. Why do we have to backtrack? According to this, the snow didn't stop until 10:50. But you couldn't have crossed Dusky Bridge at that time.
Why you say that?
Because 5 minutes before the snow stopped, Dusky Bridge was struck by lightning and had caught on fire.
What did you say? The bridge, it was on fire.
And I think now's a good time things end off. I really appreciate that you stuck around to watch this episode. You're a great viewer. If you come back for the next one. If you like this video, like, subscribe, comment, share, do whatever you want. I'll see you later. Bye.